we'd like to deliver directly to you updates on games that we will be showing at E3 2013, which starts in Los Angeles in just a few hours.
All right, we're back here with Jason, Andy, and Jeff talking about Nintendo. So no Nintendo press conference. The Nintendo Direct this morning with, we saw Mr. Iwata standing against the conference room wall in Kyoto, announcing their games. Pretty much everything had been sort of pre-announced or teased. We saw Smash Brothers, we saw a new Mario, we saw the Wind Waker remake in HD. I guess the big announcement was they were doing a new Donkey Kong, Tropical Rush, I think, or something like that.
Yeah, it sounds like a 7-Eleven Freezy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then you guys were, I think you guys were both over at the Nintendo booth, and they had this little thing with Reggie and Miyamoto, and then they teased a special announcement that you were going to have to wait around for. And what was the special announcement?
I left.
He was smart and left. I was trying to bug them to see what it was because I was like, maybe they actually, like Nintendo woke up and realized that E3 was going on.
Right.
But what they showed us was that the Wii Fit trainer girl is in Super Smash Brothers.
I'm
the
in.
new one.
I'm in.
Shocking.
I'm in on that.
There you go.
Shocking.
You're in, Ruben.
Also, the Animal Crossing villager is in there too.
Yeah, they announced that earlier.
Oh, was
they
that
had
earlier?
us
Okay,
wait
that was
40
it.
minutes
Right.
to learn that she was in there, and they'd already shown Mega Man, and it was a game that was already announced. I actually thought they were going to announce or show another game that was in development.
That's one of the biggest faux pas
and this is one that they had already done. I mean, they basically trolled all the press with that. I mean, I think. I don't know what fantasy world Nintendo's living in. I really don't.
Right.
I think their games are great. I think everyone here agrees that Nintendo is like
Still.
amazing
Still.
developer, makes great games, and to their fans, you know, they have no one that loves them more than their fans. But the wolves are at the gate. You know, Sony and Microsoft are attacking, and they are not backing off. They're aggressive in the new digital space. They're aggressive in the way that their platforms go, and Nintendo is sitting around bringing us Zelda Wind Waker HD remake.
But they were smart at the same time to not just put on a full show and do the full press conference and say like, I like to imagine they looked at the lineup and like, it's a hardware year. We can't. This isn't gonna get over the noise of this other thing. Like we should just scale back, and the people that care about our stuff will still come and take a look at it. I think it's great that they're going to continue to make Mario Kart games. I think there are definitely people that want that sort of stuff, but for me, it starts to get into that Disney territory of like, I like the first Mario Kart. I like the one after that, but at some point, I've played all the Mario Kart I can play. Maybe that's sad, but that's where I'm at.
And the other thing that we didn't see a lot of was third-party publishers. In the Nintendo Direct they showed a couple games, but I mean it really feels like third parties have kind of abandoned the platform. I know back when you were at THQ, Jason, you guys were talking about doing some content for that.
Well, we did Darksiders.
Darksiders, I guess, came out for it, right? But what is it sort of
there
over?
There was no other content planned for
right,
Nintendo
and I feel like you look at EA now. A lot of these other publishers are just really kind of moving off the platform aggressively. If you were Mr. Iwata, Jason, what would you do?
Well, unlike Microsoft and Sony, where the story has not yet been written and the game is still in play, Nintendo is on the shelf.
Yeah.
We see sales. They didn't have competition from new consoles from either Microsoft or Sony.
Yeah.
They still don't for another bunch of months. It's not been a stellar launch for Nintendo. Look, I grew up on these games. We all did. We've been in the industry for. I'm all in on the games.
Yeah.
The problem is, I'm lucky enough to have both a PlayStation and an Xbox at home. I'm not buying a third console.
Right.
Simply not. Games are fantastic. I am a fan, but I'm not buying a third console. I'm lucky. Most people only get one console.
Yep.
The question is, what would drive them to buy the Nintendo console? Yet they have this incredible stable of games, and they have an incredible fan base. I have a daughter coming. I would love.
Congratulations.
Oh, thank you. I would love years from now, when she's old enough to play, to introduce her to Nintendo, to the joy I had as a child growing up. I don't want to over sentimentalize this, but it is a massive part of my life.
Yeah.
I won't be able to unless they embrace that they're game makers, not hardware makers from this point on. Unless they say, let's put it out on mobile, let's put it out on Xbox, let's put it out on PC, let's get our brilliance, absolute brilliance, out there for everybody to use, and then I'll be there. They have my money. Take my money. I'm there to be.
That pride
be their fan.
that's there, though, of making the hardware and the software. Do you think, Andy?
You said if I was Iwata, and I'm telling you what I would do.
Exactly, yes.
I wouldn't have that pride. If they have that pride, it could go.
Be their downfall.
It could go very poorly for them.
And do you think will we ever see the day when Miyamoto will walk out on the Sony stage.
You know, I think
Zelda's here.
I mean,
that would be even bigger than Jack Tretton's
Yeah.
standing ovation yesterday.
It would. That's the whole
Yeah.
point. That their software is that strong that that announcement would be.
Well, that would probably
fireworks.
be a 15-minute standing ovation.
I think it'd trend on Twitter.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I mean, I could see that being big. I mean, I really think people forget this, that, I mean, the board of directors at Nintendo is who runs that company.
Right.
And like, they really believe in like making hardware, and they really believe in their own like kind of world. I mean, I think that's why we kind of giggle at them at times, because the way they come across. I don't think it's going to be soon, unfortunately, that they're going to go out and do mobile. I agree with you. I think they should be doing mobile. I think they should be putting things in everywhere they can. I think it's better for their company. It's better for their stockholders.
Yep.
You know, I mean, ultimately, that's who's going to like make Nintendo change. But I don't see it happening soon. I think I actually was kind of questioning myself with the dev kits being out for 2 years for Nintendo for the next Wii U. How do they not have more games from themselves?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's kind of mind-blowing. Have they already like thrown in the towel and are working on another system? You know, not to, I'm totally like making stuff up, by the way, before anybody quotes me on any of this stuff. But I mean, like, it's odd the way they're presenting themselves. It does not add up. I mean, the 3DS is certainly successful, and they're putting great games out on there. But
I thought the same thing. Is there something more out there?
There's something weird going on, and I don't know what it is.
PlayStation and Xbox software, and they just haven't announced
Yeah, maybe. It could seem
like they
and
always...
everyone that's listening would be like, that would be so awesome. which is precisely why it would be so awesome.